Dumelang sanibonani ninjani? Hello. Hello, hi. How are you?
I'm very much quatness.
Yo, where to start off? Now, just to let y'all know, Galwala, I'm Daikshim. But I'll try making this video and releasing it basically to no one, simply because I told myself I need to be consistent with making content. If I wore a face mask on Wednesday's game, then I wouldn't be in this position to begin with. But anyways, let's hop straight into it. Siwelele versus Durban City.
This is a boring game, Petu.
Okay, Gagal, it was nowhere near a boring game. Durban City opened the score with the first goal of the game. The goal from Ngwato for Siwelele is the best goal of the game. Siwelele went on to score a second goal, and Durban City equalized once again to hold on for dear life.
Is that the second? No. Cleared off the line, still ricochets, and it is in the back of the net.
Wait a minute.
So the game ended off in an entertaining 2-2 draw. Orbit College versus Magesi, a game of teams facing relegation. You can see both teams being hungry for the win. Both teams put in their all and they definitely wanted to score more goals. But in the end, there was only one winner, so well done to Orbit College. Stellies versus Pirates. This should have been an obvious one. I mean, who are we kidding? Pirates scored the only 2 goals in the first half. People were hoping Stellies would stop Pirates, but I knew that was never going to happen after Gavin said this a couple of weeks ago.
I really don't know if we're good enough yet. I don't think we're at that stage yet. We can't play like that against. If we play like that against Pirates, they'll give us 6. They got the quality to when they go forward. So then the score. I don't know if we'll have a chance against them like that.
And he also said this a few days before the game with Pirates. Try? That right there is a statement from someone who has little faith that they would win. You could have used a better term, such as we have to put in our all, to show you're up for the battle. I didn't even try to hate watch like some other people, because the outcome was obvious. If anything, I would definitely say teams are more afraid of Pirates than they are of Sundowns this season, and for good reason. But Shem, it looks like Gavin had a tough time coping during that game. So yeah, Pirates have won the game 2-0, although it would have been more because I suspect the 2 offsides that were called in the first half was incorrect. But either way, well done Pirates. Amazulu versus Golden Arrows. The first half seemed like it was dominated by Amazulu. They even opened the scoring with the goal from Tetwa. The second half was evenly matched, as you can see, Golden Arrows trying to fight back, to which their efforts paid off, with the goal literally a few seconds till the end of the game. So a 1-0 draw in the game. Richards Bay versus Polokwane City.
Boring.
Chipa versus Cocoon. Now, Chipa United are looking to avoid the relegation zone, and Skukuna, well, they're hoping they'll somehow clinch a spot in the CAF Confederation tournament. And what in the farmer's market pitch is this? Kirinomanzi. Well guys, this is totally unacceptable. It was a good game, specifically for Skukuna. You remember when I said this? I suddenly reminisced on the beauty of acrobatic goals, whether it would be a scissors kick or a bicycle kick. What I'm saying is, it's a lost art form that deserves to be displayed. If only there were players who were willing to commit to them. So yeah, they bagged 3 goals and 3 points, with Chipa scoring a consolation goal. So it was a successful game for Babina Noko, Murumo Gallants versus TS Galaxy. It ended in a 1-0 draw.
You are so Soweto derby, So Soweto derby, come, let draw.
Not a good result from both teams, especially for Murumo Gallants, because they are now back in the relegation zone. And now a game that I wish to avoid talking about, Sundowns versus Chiefs. I don't want to talk about this game for obvious reasons. I'm not gaming patrekile, guys. Yo! I was supposed to start this video on Thursday, but after the results from the game on Wednesday night, I needed a full 24 hours to recover. A 1-0 draw, which is pretty much a loss for us Sundowns. I was there, Loftus. And to make things interesting, I was by the Chiefs stand. Chiefs opened the scoring with Flavio excellently anticipating the ball, and Sundowns in the second half equalizing. Now I won't talk about excuses like, if only this, if only that. At the end of the day, the results are what came out of the game. As much as there was violence from Chiefs, I'll also admit Sundowns as well returned the favor. I will say Glover got off lucky, to be honest, and there shouldn't be any discussion held regarding Adams' second yellow card leading to a red card. It's clear that he dived. I'm still hurt by the results, but I guess it is what it is at this point. I know we have Siwelele this Saturday, but honestly, I've given up on the league. I still want the boys to win the remaining games, but I still doubt they'd win the league, because Pirates' fixtures are not challenging. Yes, I know anything can happen in football, but I highly doubt it. But I guess we shall see. I know people say
It's not over till it's over. It's over, man. It's over. It's like eating dry bread. It's over. It's over.
Maragabu Yelo I remain. Now after the weekend fixtures. Now, let's get some of these out of the way fast.
Yo, you are so better derby, eh? So better derby. Come, let not draw, Lilin.
Boring. Boring. Boring.
Sundowns versus Siwelele. Now imagine you're me, being as sick as I am, and having chest pains from being sick. And now you start watching a Sundowns game. Watching this game made me feel like I'm having a heart attack. This game started off so well for Sundowns in the first half. With the score being 5-1, yes, Sundowns was not only chasing a win, but they were also looking to reduce the goal difference. Which in my opinion is annoying because Sundowns is known for scoring many goals in a season, but this season they weren't doing that. They're only showing us now, at the end of the season, that they can score.
But anywho.
And now the second half starts. It was a disaster for us.
No! No! Oh my god. Oh no!
We basically took 2 steps forward and 1 step back. We barely made a dent on the goal difference.
Shit!
The game felt like a PSG versus Brayan / Barcelona versus Inter Milan game when it came to goals. And a hat-trick from both teams. Yes, we won, but horrible results for us. And Saleh was definitely not the best sub for Matthews. The subs that were made in the second half slowed down our momentum. And that Saidian Damani was our weak point. All the goals came from that side. I won't even get into Cardoso's endless complaints of particular things. Yes, some of them are true and justifiable, with regards to the offside calls and the style of football from the opposing teams. But yes, it is what it is at this point. Because all we want are good results. And our defense is to blame in this game. Nothing more. But I'd also like to give credit to Siwelele. They also fought a good game. And they were not backing down no matter what. Miguel versus Pirates. Do I even need to say anything at this point about this game? My fellow Downs fans said they'll hate watch. But I told them I won't be wasting my time on that. Because it's obvious Pirates would win.
Even one of my friends stated that Pirates will be dropping points the moment they'll be playing Miguel.
You know, I'm standing here, I'm wondering if you're really listening to yourself. And I'm saying this with due respect.
So I told my friends they can hate watch for all I care. I decided to watch Jujutsu Kaisen instead. And I'll admit I Nike to Lurhirahalang in the Culling game arc. Maybe it's because I'm sick and things get hazy for me. But anyways, the score ended with 3 goals from Pirates, meaning they stretched the goal difference. No surprise there. And apparently Magesi changed their usual lineup by adding 8 players in their starting 11 that barely got any game time. And one of them being Chibezeze, who was suddenly absent because he's sick. Yeah, sure, okay, if you say so. So yeah, the drama continues in the Betway Premiership. Sundowns has 1 league game left with TS Galaxy, which in normal cases I'd be worried because Galaxy always makes things harder for us. But at the rate that they're going, it'll be a win for us. Meanwhile, Pirates has 2 games remaining. Now, my last hope would be Durban City. I hope they draw with Pirates, but I also notice they're playing at the arena, so it'll definitely be difficult for the City boys. Given where they'll be playing, I'm skeptical that they'll slow down Pirates, but I'm hoping they'll pull a miracle. Skukune versus Kaizer Chiefs. Now, I watched the first half of the game, and I'm not gonna lie. I was so bored out of my mind. So then I personally decided not to return for the second half, although I sort of returned during the late minutes, around the 80th minute, after I saw that Arsenal had scored a clutch goal during West Ham. So I decided to tune back in onto Kaizer Chiefs. And then a minute or 2 after tuning in, I see that Morris has scored the first goal for Kaizer Chiefs. I was even shocked that it was Morris, because I've only seen Morris during the penalty shootout against Stellenbosch. So then now it seems like he's also scored on his first debut within the league for Kaizer Chiefs. And then afterwards, I noticed that Kaizer Chiefs has also scored a second goal through a penalty. So yeah, congratulations to Chiefs. Yo, and what was happening with the number of red cards that were issued this week, man?
Yes.
And lastly, throughout this week of football action, we need to acknowledge a man of the match for the week, and it is none other than the goalpost.
Now to the feet of Botani.
Titus, little touch. Oh, Cardoso. He pushed up Gavin with a shot. Strikes the upright.
There's a chance here. Denied by the woodwork.
He always wants to do this. Drop the shoulder, then changes the angle.
Here's the Chihuahua. It's time to cement that position. Ramala off the crossbar.
Inside, yeah, for Allende. That's surely a goal. Now it is.
So yeah, that's all the week action in the South African Football League. Let me go rest and hopefully I recover soon because wow.
Thank you, bye.